Hi, Marms here. Ever since Burnout Paradise was released on the 360 and captured hundreds of hours of my time, I've always wanted a proper sequel to this game. Well, I knew that was going to become close to impossible when Alex Ward and Fiona Sperry, who were two of the primaries at Criterion, left, but EA has ignored our pleas for a proper sequel. What we did get, however, was a remastered version of Burnout Paradise by Stellar Entertainment. I bought this, I fully intended to play a lot of it, and I really haven't been playing it till just recently because I was waiting for Wreckreation. Now look, Alex Ward and Fiona Sperry, when they started Three Fields Entertainment, they made no secret that they wanted to do a sequel, and that is something that's a real complicated thing because of a lot of things. First of all, it's a big game, it's a lot to make, and if you have a small independent studio, it's hard to get financing to make that sort of a game. Now, here's the thing about Wreckreation. We knew that it was always going to be a process. Dangerous golf, dangerous driving, and then, Danger Zone. All these games have led up to the release of Wreckreation. Now, Wreckreation is a release through THQ, and I'm glad that they have a publisher who is willing to take a chance on this game. And I gotta say, I'm really excited about this game. Now, the problem is being excited about something and actually it living up to the hype that you want it to are two different things. So let's take a look at what's inside Wreckreation.
So it's been a long wait to get to this point, and I've taken a lot of time playing the game to make sure that I really understood where we were at this point with Wreckreation. Wreckreation gets a lot of things right. I do feel in some ways that I'm back in that Burnout Paradise universe, but there's a lot of really crazy problems. Floaty physics, cars that I would call not even remotely handling like they should. Even when you have a good car, it's not feeling like the car handling is as crisp as it needs to be. Now, the map is huge. I mean, massive. I've never seen anything like this. And exploring the map alone has taken a lot of time. Now, for a studio the size of Three Fields Entertainment, which is not a big studio, it's amazing that they have gotten this far with this much. But a lot of the areas in the map are very much the same, meaning that yes, they may have mountains, they may go up, they may go down, but a lot of it's barren and uninteresting. Now, I do think that there are abilities to build in these areas, and maybe that is part of the reason why there is more free space left around, because as you do the building, it automatically puts in the supports for the sky tracks, so you do have to have places to put this stuff. Now, I gotta say, I like it. I do say that I've had a lot of fun. But like, for instance, the, takedowns are really tough. Those races, those cars, they just get ahead of you. And if you miss one, man, you're playing catch up the entire time, which isn't really good for the game itself. Now, I gotta say, the license point system, again, it's a little stingy, and because the cars are so hard to catch, you don't do very well at ranking up as easy as you might want it to be. Now, I will say that, the cars roving the track, I found those. That was kind of cool. There is a lot to like, and, I do think that there is a lot of complaints thrown towards the graphics. Now, I gotta say, yeah, are the graphics as state-of-the-art and look as good as they could? No, I don't think so. Do I think that the physics could use improvement? Yes, I do. Do I think, though, that the game is worth continuing to develop? Yes. And I think it is hugely impressive for the size of the studio. And make no mistake, I do think that Alex and Fiona are committed to continuing to build the game, and I do think someday it could be a great game. I think right now that it feels more like a preview than it does a finished product. But I will continue to play it because I think it's a lot of fun.
Well, there you have it. That's Wreckreation. You know, I got to be honest with you. I think there's good and I think there's bad here. I do hope that Three Fields is able to continue to get the funding to continue to work on this game, because I do see the potential here. Is it ready for prime time today? No, it sure isn't. I would call this a very early access version of the game. But you gotta understand, at some point you had to release something, and it was a long wait to get to the release of Wreckreation. Now, I will say that I have enjoyed playing it, and there have been 3 updates on the console version, and I have made a lot of gameplay available on my Marbs Plays channel, and I can say that I've had a lot of fun playing it. But it's a very big world, and there's a lot to see and a lot to do, and there's still a lot that isn't working quite right yet, and there's a lot of empty space. But I do think that as time goes on, there's going to be more that's going to fill out this game, I hope. And I hope that people will continue to support it, because I do think that it can be a worthy successor to Burnout Paradise. My name is Marbs. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.